In this session, we are going to learn socket programming in Python. In other words, we are going to learn network programming, meaning we'll have a server and a client getting connected to each other and then having communication. So, meaning we'll be having a server which will be accepting connection from client, and we'll have a client version of our code which will try to connect to the server. All right, so that is what we're going to learn. So for that, let's do something. Let's create uh, a server file which is going to create a server and wait for the connection. Okay, so for that, let's create a file called srv py. So which means it's a server file that we are going to create, and the module that we use for socket programming is socket. So let's use socket as S I'm using. Now we have to create an instance of the socket class. I'm creating server equals s dot socket is an instance. Now we have to bind this server to an IP address. So it is basically local host because I'm running on this server. It's going to be local host. So give server dot bind and give local host. In the comma, I have to give a port. So we can give a port through which it can connect, and port can be up till 65,535. Okay, and you can use any port. So let me use 7777, and we have to use a command called listen. So this is going to listen to the client. Let's say there are three connections, or let's say five connections. Five connection, it is going to listen. I mean, it can connect a max of five connections, and then I'm simply printing waiting for connection. Okay. Now, as soon as the client is getting connected, we need to throw a message that so and so client got connected. So I'm putting that in the loop while true, and we're using another object called server dot accept. So this is the method which is going to accept the connection, and it is going to store the connection detail and address into these two variables. Okay, and then let me give cname equals, let's give connection. So recv is the method that is going to retrieve the message from the client, and we have to use a decode function which is going to decode the message and going to store in the variable c name. This is how we use that receive, and this 1024 is a buffer, about 1 GB buffer I've given, 1 MB buffer, basically 10224, and then it is going to have that much of buffer to store the value or the message we are getting from the client. Okay, so once we get this information, let's print on the screen that we are connected with, and let's give the C name. C name is going to be the client information, which we'll see in a bit. C name, and then give ADDR. So the name and the address it is going to print. Okay. And then we can even send the message to the client. For that, we have to use the connection at CONN variable and just give a send, and we give send bytes of, let's say I'm giving welcome to server, And then since this message has to go, we have to send this in UTF format. Okay, UTF-8. So now this message is going to be will go to the client. Is getting connected, the message will go to them, and after that we are simply closing the connection. Okay. You're closing it. So this is the server side coding or the file that is running on server. So it has we are going to import socket, then click creating a an instance of this of the socket class, and then we're going to bind it. So we're binding with localhost and a port 777. You can give anything there until 65,005 535, and then we're giving server.listen. It can accept a max of 5 connection here, and simply printing waiting for connection, and then there is a loop. So this loop will keep on rotating until somebody gets connected to the server. The moment somebody gets connected, it is going to capture the connection and address detail, right? And we are going to print it. So we'll say connected with so and so, client and the address. And then also we are sending a message to the client saying welcome to the server. And then we are closing the connection. So this is the server side. And let's create a file for client. So get clnt.py. This I'm creating for the client uh, client machine who can connect to the server. So there also I have to obviously use import class ss. I'm creating an instance here called a client, same as dot socket, and then we are trying here to connect. So we're going to connect to again localhost because I am running both the files on my own computer. So I have to give localhost. If it is some other IP address or domain, then I have to give that particular IP address or the domain for that for my client to get connected. Okay, so this is how we give localhost. Okay, when in bind, I have to give two brackets. Come back to this. I give localhost and the port, and then I'm just giving on my name. Let's say, okay, input. So I want to transfer just my name so that the server understands. It's not mandatory. Asking just name. So whatever name I enter, it will. I want basically to send this to the server. So now capture the name in a variable. Now to send the message, or to give client dot send, and then same bytes of name I'm passing. Then again it has to be same UTF in format. Now this message will go to the server, and whatever message server is sending us, we can receive it by using this receive method, receive, and then giving a buffer 024 dot decode. Decode is to get this text message into our own into this format. All right. So this is going to the this is going to be the client file. Okay, so we have one server file which is going to wait for the connection and send a message welcome to the server. Then we have another file called client. This is going to just send the name, and that way the server can get connected. All right, so let's try that. So I'm going to open command prompt, open the folder. I'm going to run here srv.py. This is a server file I ran, not telling waiting for connection. That means it is in this line. Okay, we gave this bind as local host and it's ready to listen and waiting for connection. It is inside this loop. Okay. Now I will open another window. Okay. And through that window, I'm going to connect as client. CMD class. And then I run client, running a client. So client is see here server is waiting for connection. And then here client is asking for, let me enlarge this. Okay, so let's say if John, so welcome to server message came, which was sent from the server, and here it came connected with John. Got it? So this is how we got connected. So waiting for connection here, and this message has went to the client. That's why welcome to server came, and this John, whatever the client typed it, that message came to the server. That's why it came. John is connected with John. See? So this is how we have. I mean, we create network programming or socket programming in Python. So basically, we are using this socket module to achieve this goal. Now, that's pretty much on this. What assignment I can give to you all is you all can use this particular socket module to create a simple communication between server and client. So now what's happening? Every time I run, I give a message and it comes out. You can have a small chat, application between server and client. You can give a message, hello server, and the server will get that message and it should reply. Okay, so that is an assignment for you which you can create. I can give you a small demo on that. Let me show you how what I'm expecting. Okay, so let's see. I class server dot that is waiting for connection. All right, now client I'm running the client version of file. It's asking enter your name. So I'm saying John. So here it's telling connected with John, and then it's waiting for server to type something. So I say server says hello John. That message you can see in the client. See server hi John. It's telling. All right. Now the client can hi John. Now server can send a message. How are you? Client is seeing that. Server is seeing that. See how are you message from John. Okay. Now, if server says bye, then the program this connection, basically the communication with John should end, and again it should wait for communication or conversation or the connection from other client. So I said John bye, again waiting for connection, and here it came out of the program. See, server said bye, it came out of the program. So let's say I connect again with some other name. Here you see the server, it says connected with Kathy, and this is the IP address and details. So now server can say hello Kathy, and then in the client machine, I'm saying to see the message hello Kathy. Now client can also say bye. So when client says bye, the client came out of the chat program or the communication, and the server, the connection got ended, again waiting for different connection. So this is a demo of the assignment that I'm expecting from you all. So please modify this program accordingly and have this kind of communication with server and client. All right. So all the best for the assignment. Thank you.